Welcome back to the universe of power. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. Please like, comment, and subscribe for all things within the Power universe. After the long-awaited premiere of Season 4 of Power Book 2 Ghost, the time has finally come. After the events at the end of Season 3, the anticipation is at an all-time high in this series, and I expect Season 4 to be the best yet. I am predicting that we will see the most amount of deaths than we ever have in the previous seasons of Power Book 2 Ghost. I will start this video by giving my predictions for the season, and then later give my death predictions, followed by my prediction for the finale of the first half of the season. Also, I want you to keep in mind that these will only be my predictions for the first part of the season, since there will be 2 parts. Episode 1 will most likely pick up where the final episode in Season 3 left off. I believe that the first few episodes will have Tariq and Braden attempting to come up with a plan to take Noma out. Meanwhile, Noma will most likely send Caine and a few of her henchmen to locate Tariq and Braden. Which could be why we saw Caine at Braden's front door, punching Trace Weston in the face. I believe Caine and Noma's henchmen will take Braden's sister as bait in order to pull in Tariq and Braden back to Noma. I believe that Noma will demand that Tariq continues moving product for her and threaten to take out Tasha, Yaz, and Estelle. This will lead to Tariq and Braden locating Anya Covington. But instead of them holding her hostage, I could see Tariq convincing Anya to set up Noma so that they could take her out after Tariq tells Anya that Noma was the one who killed her father. Tariq and Braden will also be on the hunt to find a new connect, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is when the infamous Mahoney is introduced. Or it could most likely be the Russians. But I don't see this partnership lasting long, due to Noma sabotaging Tariq and Braden's deal with the plug. As far as Effie goes, I have given numerous predictions in past videos on how I think things will play out for her in Season 4. I'm predicting that we learn of Effie being an informant that has been working with Detective Carter this entire time. Or we could learn that Effie has been lying about her family's past. How crazy would it be if we found out that Effie's family was rich? When it comes to Monet and the Tejadas, I believe that Monet will come out of the hospital and make it her mission to find out who shot her. Drew will most likely try to convince Monet that Tariq pulled the trigger. But I think that Monet will suspect that Drew is lying. This will cause for Monet to call Tariq and have him meet up with her so that she can determine whether or not Tariq actually shot her. I believe that Tariq will tell Monet that Drew and Diana were the ones who set her up to be killed, but I don't see Tariq telling Monet that it was Tasha. From here, Monet will be on high alert and start watching how Drew and Diana start to move. I think we will see Monet have a hard time dealing with the death of both Lorenzo and Mecca. When it comes to Caine, I believe that Noma will start to like how Caine operates, and she will start having Caine do all of her dirty work, leaving Obi to start getting jealous and feeling betrayed. I believe that Caine will start catching feelings for Noma after being around her so much, and Effie will start to get jealous, causing her to go back to Tariq asking for her forgiveness. And I think it will take a lot for Effie to gain back Tariq's trust. But I will get back to Effie later in the video. I believe that we will see a completely different side to Drew this season. Drew will most likely turn on Monet this season, and possibly Caine as well. As I already broke down in my last video, I think Detective Carter will take control over the RICO case on Tariq after Junior gets taken out. I get the feeling that Detective Carter will have numerous amounts of information on everyone. That includes the Tejadas, Tariq, Davis McLean, and even Councilman Tate. I believe that it could be possible that Detective Carter has some type of evidence on Monet killing Mecca, as well as setting up the hit on Lorenzo. I think Detective Carter may either have video footage of Tariq shooting Ghost or evidence of Tariq killing Ray Ray. I also believe that Detective Carter has proof of Davis McLean committing the murder that his brother took the fall for. And as far as Councilman Tate, I believe that Detective Carter will threaten to expose Tate's corruptive past as a police officer to the media if he doesn't pay him a monthly sum of money. With Carter having evidence on everyone, I believe that he will use this to his advantage. He could use the Tejadas and Tariq to set up other criminal organizations to get raided while he steals the money and product. And I believe that Detective Carter will threaten Davis McLean by telling him to drop Tariq and the Tejadas as clients. With Davis McLean in need of a new client, I believe that Noma will somehow come across Davis and offer him a large sum of money to join her team as her attorney. While Detective Carter is blackmailing everyone, I believe he will start gathering evidence for a RICO case on Tariq. Now I feel that it would make more sense for me to give my death predictions next, before I get into my prediction on how part 1 of season 4 will end. The first death that will most likely happen is Junior getting taken out, as I predicted in my last video. Next up we have Obi. I believe that once Noma learns about Tariq getting Obi the green cards, she will take him out and replace him with Caine as her number 1 option. Next up, I think that Tariq and Braden will take out Davis McLean in order to prevent him from helping Detective Carter build a case. But I could also see Davis McLean turning on Detective Carter by continuing to work with Tariq. And this would cause Detective Carter to release the evidence that he has on McLean, which would lead to Davis going to prison. I see Councilman Tate getting taken out by Detective Carter after Tate seeks revenge and comes across information about Detective Carter that could get him kicked off of the NYPD. Now in the last few seasons, Drew has done more than enough to earn his death. And I believe that this season, Drew's shady moves will come back to bite him. After Diana comes clean to Monet and tells her about the plan that her and Drew set up to take her out. I predict Monet will tell this to Caine, knowing that he will become enraged, leading to Caine taking out Drew. But I also wouldn't be surprised if Tariq is the one who takes the kill shot on Drew before Caine gets to him. Now this next one will be tough for a lot of people, but I feel like this character has put themselves in major jeopardy after last season. I believe that Tasha's run within the Power universe will sadly come to an end this season. Between Tommy being able to get to Tasha so easily last season, and Tasha taking matters into her own hands by shooting Monet, I believe that Tasha has placed herself in great danger. I believe that Tariq will meet up with Tasha this season, not realizing that Noma had someone follow him. And once Tariq leaves Tasha, I think Noma herself or one of her henchmen will take out Tasha. Now my next death prediction is still up in the air. On one hand, I feel like Effie will get taken out this season by Noma after she realizes that Effie was the person who located her daughter for Tariq. But on the other hand, I feel like Effie will survive. The same goes for Diana, but it's a little more complex. Part of me has always felt like Diana was Tariq's Tasha. As I predicted in a previous video, Diana will become pregnant this season after hashing things out with Tariq and them hooking up again. But the other part of me feels like it could be possible that Drew attempts to take out Diana after she tells Monet about them setting her up to be killed. I think that Diana will get shot by Drew, but she will end up surviving. But sadly, her and Tariq will lose the baby, causing Tariq and Monet to bond and come together to take down Noma. But one thing is for sure. Either Effie dies, or Diana does. I don't see them both making it to the next chapter. I think Monet will survive, but Detective Carter will end up building a case on Monet for the deaths of Lorenzo and Mecca, leading to Monet serving a life sentence in prison. When it comes to Caine Tejada, I could see Braden taking him out at the end of the season. But on the other hand, I also feel like Caine could survive this season and have more respect for Braden and Tariq. I have always felt like Caine was Tariq and Braden's Kanan. So I feel like Caine could actually make it out of this chapter alive. Now finally, let's get to my prediction on how part 1 of season 4 will end. I think that Tariq and Braden will have their disagreements and arguments this season, but in the end I think that we will see them have more success than they ever have before as a team as the season goes on further. I believe that Tariq and Braden will take out Noma once Anya Covington helps them set her up. I think Tariq and Braden will also finally figure out to take out Detective Carter. One major plot twist could be that Detective Carter has been on the payroll of Noma. I believe Detective Carter's death will be similar to the death of Lobos. I think that Tariq will come across Junior's flash drive that Detective Carter had in his possession, and what Tariq finds on this flash drive will leave him in complete shock. Tariq will find footage from the night that he shot Ghost at Club Truth. But what catches Tariq's attention would be the events that happened after everyone left inside of Club Truth. Tariq could see footage of Tommy and Ghost's security guard helping Ghost onto the ambulance, where Ghost could be seen clearly alive and alert. And this could be how part 1 of Season 4 ends. On a cliffhanger with unanswered questions, and Tariq wanting answers from Tommy. Throughout the season, Tariq will have numerous flashbacks of his father, and think back to some of the advice that Ghost gave him. After some serious thoughts on the scene of Tariq at Club Truth that we saw in the trailer, I think that this scene could very well be a hallucination, but it will most likely take place before Tariq learns of Ghost being alive. In my opinion, we won't see too much of RSJ or 2-Bit in part 1 of Season 4. I feel like RSJ will be more of a factor in part 2. One thing is for certain. Season 4 will be a roller coaster ride of emotions, betrayal, and surprises. What are your predictions for part 1 of Season 4? Let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for all things within the Power Universe. See you all next time in the Universe of Power.